I, like ice cream.
Okay.
Audrey and Alyssa had a quick 45-minute drive to Stony Brook University's campus for the 2017 Spellman High Voltage Electronic Clean Tech Competition. Let's see how things went.
We made sure to hit on the fact that our filter is completely natural, it's completely green, that we integrated the graphene by feeding it to silkworms, not chemically, but physically feeding them. And that's something that we thought we were happy that we accomplished, but the judges were so intrigued, and that made us even happier.
And we also made sure to focus on the fact that our silk filter that we created actually worked, and that it's very close to being safe to drinking water.
They presented their prototype of a graphene-infused silk water filter for the competition's Creating a Greener Future theme.
It was a very emotional day. First we were a little nervous, then we got excited, and now we're just so relieved to have gone through the presentation. And we're just very happy to be here, and we're honored to be top 10 in the world.
When testing their filtered water, it is just one JTU away from being consumable. Impressive for young girls who aren't even legally allowed to vote.
Well, we're one JTU away.
Team Super Silk is competing against teams from Singapore, the Philippines, Florida, Texas, Maine, Minnesota, and New Jersey, with innovative prototypes for a cleaner future. The first time a competition of this magnitude has ever been brought to Long Island during its 6-year occurrence.
I did research on a fish aquaponics system and an algae aquaponics system and compared it to like a soil system, conventional farming. So I had one system, which was the soil system, in which I grew the bean and tomato plants in potting soil in pots. And then the second system was the fish aquaponics system. And that I used koi fish, but now I'm using tilapia and edible fish as the protein source. And then the fish species are providing the nutrients needed to keep the plants growing and are providing nutrients for the plants. And then the plants are purifying the water for the fish, creating a symbiotic environment.
Other resins, there's urea formaldehyde, and that's like really toxic to indoor areas and outdoor areas, and it can cause like defects in like animals, humans, plants.
So I created a filtration system for kerosene lamps aimed at combating sick-building syndrome in developing countries. So a lot of people in developing countries actually use kerosene lamps like it's this one to provide for lighting. Many people don't have access to electricity and they only have combustion-based light sources in their homes. Now the issue with that is that because of decreased ventilation, a lot of people are stuck with inhaling so much soot and black carbon created by these kerosene lamps. And this kind of devices a solution to that.
Our project is we're implementing a concentration of borax into mold solutions, and then we use the paint to apply on walls to prevent mold growth.
When we put a borax into our paint, we actually tested a few different concentrations, 4%, 6%, 8%, and through our testings we actually have a graph here. It shows that 6% was by far the best in removing the mold. So we stuck our product with 6% grams of borax per milliliters of paint.
Our project is a way that you can grow algae that can then be used through processing as oil. So instead of using electric, which has limited applications and would require new infrastructure, you can have oil, which you can readily use in existing infrastructure and use in things like airplanes, which will never be able to run from electricity because the weight of the batteries would be too much for them to fly.
But with any competition, there can only be one winner, who will take home a $10,000 prize. Spellman High Voltage Electronics President, Dr. Lawrence Skice, and the Director for the Center for Science, Teaching, and Learning's Dr. Rayanne Havasi are amazed with the sophistication of every competitor.
Well, I think they're amazing. I think their ideas are creative. I think the fact that they're working together in teams is a model for success and significant impact in the world.
Kids today make you feel inspired. They make you feel like it's not as bad as we think it is. They make us feel like there is a lot of hope and a lot of optimism for their ability to think ahead and see what the problems might be. Their solutions have been really fabulous, from the mold and paint to how do we filter kerosene heat lights, and they're really responding to some issues and problems. I want them to share with the real world. So many students, unfortunately, enter competitions to win. I want them to enter competitions to share with the world what they've discovered.
First place, Super Silk.
Oh my God.
first place.
First place.
I'm still processing it.
Yeah.
It's a great
It's a great day to be a girl.
And these two are just phenomenal. They're phenomenal. They've got the passion, they've got the drive, they've got the intellect, they've got it all.
And like any fairy tale, this story also has a happy ending. For Push Pause in Stony Brook, this is Diane Caruso.